Hello and welcome back to Sunny Talk Spurs, and today we're going to be ranking and rating Tottenham's transfer window. Before we get into this one, if you are new around here, why don't you like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn that notification bell on, and without further ado, let's rank this window. So before I start, I just wanted to say this video might be a little bit mishmashy because I'm going to give you a pre-warning. I've recorded it the day before deadline day to get the majority of our deals out the way. And at the time of recording, before this goes out, who knows what Tottenham are going to do on deadline day. But I want to be prepared and I want to give my full assessment and make sure I'm going over it with a fine tooth comb. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to separate it into two segments. And it's pretty straightforward. The incomings and the outcomings. And what I'm going to do with the incomings, I'm going to give them a rating out of 10 and a little prediction of how I think they're going to go. And with the outgoings, I'm just going to give my opinion of them and do I think it was the right decision to let them go or stay at the football club. So let's do it. And we're better to start with James Maddison. And I'm going to stand by what I said about a month or so ago now. He's one of the signings of the season, if not the signing of the season. I think he's already shown in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt that he is a whirlwind. He is a game changer. You know, he's already got a goal and 2 assists at time of recording. And he's just amazing. And for the price, which was about 46.3 million euros, I'm doing it in euros this time, I just think it's unreal. It's so good. It's just, it helps so much with Harry Kane leaving as well. It takes the burden off the team that we've still got a creative force who's going to chip in with goals and assists. And with James Maddison, I've got to give him a 10 out of 10. I think he's a perfect signing. He's already showing it. He's going to be a talisman. He's already a vice-captain as well. It's got to be a 10 out of 10 for James Maddison. Well done, Daniel Levy, on that one. Next up, another transfer which technically was not this year, but it does count as this year because we made it a permanent. It's Pedro Porro. Obviously, was on loan last season, well, the last half of last season, and we made it permanent for 40 million euros for the right wing, right back, full back, whatever you want to call him. Now, what do I think of Pedro Porro? I think there's a good player in there. I think he needs to be coached well. I think there is a lot of potential. He's shown some promise this season. He's also shown a bit of defensive naivety against Manchester United, but he also was good in an attacking sense as well. So, you know, everyone, I think, has hope for Pedro Porro. We've just got to see it, especially after this investment. So to give him a rating, I will go with a 7. I think he's a good player. I think he's going to be versatile. And Ange will probably start him over most of the players in that position. You know, Jed Spencer's gone out on loan. And Emerson Royale is in and out. So I think I'll give him a 7. Now we have Micky van der Ven. We were crying out for a centre-back. And we finally got a first-team centre-back who was left-footed. And 40 million euros for Micky van der Ven. I think that's a good price. You know, it's the sort of going rate for that position. I think he's going to be a great player. He's shown already. He's pacey. He can play with that high line. He's got a good relationship with Romero. I know he scored an own goal against Fulham, but I don't think that was his fault. I think it was Davinson Sanchez's fault. So I've been quite impressed with Micky van der Ven as well. I think that was a very good signing. So for that, I'm going to give Micky van der Ven, I think I'll give him a 6.5 because I still think he's got a bit more to prove. And it's still early days for him as a signing, but I think 6.5 is quite respectable. Another signing similar to Pedro Porro, we have Dejan Kulusevski. Obviously, that loan spell was made permanent this summer for 30 million euros, which is a quite good price. But he obviously scored against Bournemouth, but he needs to get more goal involvements. I can't stress enough. I think we could maybe deploy him in maybe an Ange's 8 position, and maybe that will get the best out of him as well. But I still think he's got a lot to prove because obviously last season wasn't amazing, but obviously he had that half a season before where he was electric. So he's still got a lot to do at Tottenham Hotspur, but I have faith in him. Again, I'm probably going to give him a 6.5 because I still think he's got a lot to prove to manager and team. And that starting berth might be a bit risky depending on how Ange wants to play. Maybe Son goes in the middle. Maybe Solomon plays there. You know, maybe we shift it around a bit. who knows, maybe Pedro Porro goes out on the wing. So yeah, I think that's a fair enough rating so far for Kulusevski. Then we have Vicario, and I did critique this transfer when it first happened. I thought we should have gone for David Raya, but we didn't. We paid obviously 20 million euros for Vicario, and I'll be honest, he started okay. You know, he has made some vital saves. I don't think he has actually had too many howlers. In the Brentford game, he was a bit naive with his feet, I will say that, but his passing is so much better than Lloris. It actually is quite refreshing. So he has actually impressed me so far, and I feel maybe I could have jumped the gun because I did put him in my flop of the season in my predictions, but I'm still going to put him as a 6. I still think there's a long way to go with Vicario, but I'm going to give it a 6 because I don't want to go too far in because, you know, for a goalkeeper, they've still got to do it over a 38-game season, like most players, but yeah, I think a 6 is fair enough. Alejo Veliz, obviously a young striker from Argentina, picked up for 50 million euros, which is really not a lot in the modern market. Used to be a few years ago, but not anymore. It's hard to judge him. Tottenham fans haven't seen him. We've seen the highlight reels. He looks good, but Andrew's even said he's not really ready to start games yet or feature. But with Dane Scarlett going out on loan to Ipswich, maybe there might be some more opportunity for him. But he's a bit of an unknown entity. I think he will be good, but only time will tell. So for that, I'm just going to give it a 5. I don't know really how I can rate that one any better. Then we have Ashley Phillips. Now, I think this is a good signing, good young up-and-coming prospect. He plays in the under-21s. Don't know how much he will play this season. Obviously, depends on the futures of certain players as we go into deadline day. But I don't know. It really depends on many factors. I think he does look good. He's tall, he's physical. Maybe if we had better options at the back, we could have loaned him out and got him a bit more game time. Or if we had a run in the cup competition, maybe he should have played the other night, but is what it is. Ashley Phillips, I'm going to give him a 5 as well. We don't really know what we've got yet, but it's a good up-and-coming prospect, hopefully. And then we have Manor Solomon, obviously arrived on a free from Shakhtar Donetsk, and, you know, was on Fulham's books last year and looked all right in patches, but we got him on a free, so that does help my vote when it comes to this one. But the only thing was, against Fulham, he went missing, so that was a bit concerning. But I'd say with Manor Solomon, it's a free, so that actually helps it a lot. I think I'll give him a 6, because there's a player there. He's a bench option. He's not necessarily going to start week in, week out. But yeah, I think a 6 is fair enough. He's got a lot to prove. He's still young. He's 23. I think Ange can get the best out of him, though. And finally, on deadline day, we signed Brennan Johnson from Nottingham Forest. I've reacted to it a few times, as you can see on screen. So if you want to go and watch them, you'll be able to see that at the end of the video. But I'm still a bit sceptical about it, don't get me wrong, but I think he is going to be a good signing. I feel like he is a target that Ange really wanted. He was pushing very hard to get Brennan Johnson at the club as a very top priority. So when your manager is putting up players of that ilk, then you've got to back the decision. And I think he offers a lot. He offers pace. He offers, you know, sort of stuff that the team doesn't currently have. So I am quite open to that. And look, he can come in. He's young. He's got time on his side. He can come and disturb that front line and really put a mark on it. So a rating out of 10 for Brennan Johnson. I'm going to give him a 7. So now we go to the key outgoings. I'm not going to do loans because then what's the point? They're going to come back, aren't they? But I'm going to do the major outgoings. And I'm going to start, first of all, with Harry Winks. Now, I think this was a good deal for all parties, really. He's gone to play at Leicester, who are probably the strongest team in the Championship. We got £10 million for him, which if you use that in the Maddison deal, maybe we knock that to 30 million and it makes Maddison look even better and the 10 out of 10 even more outstanding. So I think Winks was a good deal. I'm glad we got rid of him. He wasn't going to feature. So, again, very happy with that transfer. And my decision on that is it was the right decision. Now, the one we were all waiting for, Harry Kane. Obviously, I was heartbroken. Can't be around the bush. Was very, very upset of him leaving. But it felt like a long time coming. It felt like, you know, the morning has sort of finished now. You know, he's gone to Bayern. It was leading up to it. I was sort of over it. Like, in the lead up to it, because I know it was inevitable at one stage. But am I happy with it? Obviously, you can't be happy when you sell a star asset. I feel like if we did have Harry Kane in this current team, he'd be scoring shed loads of goals, and we'd probably be strong, not favourites, but it would give us a really good chance of getting top 4, because we've shown some really good attacking intent in the league. Am I happy though? I think I've got, like, it's not happy, but I think it was the right decision. You know, we had to cash in. We couldn't let him go on a free. Let him go and win his trophies. Let him do what he needs to do over there, and he might come back one day. I think for all parties, it was the right decision. As I say, we got that cash in the pocket. We couldn't let him go on a free. It would have been silly. So, yeah, I think that was the right decision to let Kane go this summer, as sad as it is. And finally, to finish the outgoings, we didn't really get rid of many people. A few were loans, but we don't really know what's going to happen with them, obviously. But we still have a lot of deadwood at the club. And considering, you know, how long the transfer window has been, like most of them are in the summer, I think it's a disgrace. It's like, I just can't believe we're in this situation where we've still got players who played under Mourinho, who played under Pochettino, played under Nuno, played under Conte. I mean, it's just typical Tottenham Hotspur on deadline day. Nothing shocks me anymore, but it is what it is. And finally, if I have to give Tottenham's transfer window a grading, I'm going to give it a C. I think a C is reasonable. I think James Maddison helps that rating get boosted. We've solved some areas. We've solved centre-back. We've solved the creative element. But there are still quite a few issues that Tottenham didn't resolve. And, you know, that's Daniel Levy. We're never going to be fully happy with the business we do. I feel like we need a max exodus and a change of club owner for any of that to happen. But I think a C is reasonable because James Maddison is just an unreal signing. And there we have it. So that is my rankings and ratings of Tottenham's transfer window. And I'll be honest, I'm glad it's over. But let me know in the comments down below, what ranking would you give the window as a whole? How would you rate the players out of 10? Were you happy with the outgoings, mainly Harry Kane? I'd love to know all your thoughts in the comments down below. And as I said at the top of the video, if you are new around here, why don't you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and turn that notification bell on. And I've been Sunny Talk Spurs, and that was the transfer window, and I'm glad, as I say, it's over. And bye.